Greetings and welcome to Cybersecurity Today. I'm your host, Jim Wiggins. If this happens to be your first encounter with our program, allow me to give you a brief introduction. This program is dedicated to exploring the realm of cybersecurity. As a seasoned professional in the cybersecurity field, I aim to delve into computer security issues in a dynamic and insightful way. Our 30-minute show adopts a format akin to a talk show or news broadcast, engaging with various themes, topics, and recent developments in cybersecurity. Whether you're keen to broaden your understanding of cybersecurity or are already an experienced practitioner like myself, this show offers valuable insights and perspectives from leading cyber experts on the evolving trends in the cybersecurity industry. We strive to cater to a diverse audience, from novices to experts in the field. We trust that you'll enjoy today's episode and find it both informative and enjoyable. Usually our program is divided into two distinct segments. The first one, named Cyber Bytes, focuses on a variety of contemporary issues and developments currently shaping the cybersecurity industry. Following that, in our second segment, we're going to be joined by Mr. Michael Smith, the president of the Northern Virginia chapter of the Information Systems Security Association, commonly referred to as ISSA-NOVA. Michael will be discussing the chapter's role and its significance to cybersecurity professionals in the DC and Northern Virginia region. All right, let's dive into the Cyber Bytes segment and explore what's going on today in the cybersecurity industry. In recent news, the Cloud Security Alliance, in partnership with major tech companies and CISA, has launched the Artificial Intelligence Safety Initiative to establish secure practices for managing open source software and SBOMs. This large-scale collaborative effort aims to develop guidelines for safe and ethical AI deployment. The initiative focuses on generative AI, addressing risks and ensuring compliance with government regulations to enhance AI's positive impact across sectors. For more details, viewers can visit the initiative's website at www.cloudsecurityyalliance.ai. In other news, over the past year, Chinese state-sponsored hackers have infiltrated nearly 24 U.S. critical infrastructure systems, including an oil and gas pipeline and a Hawaii-based water utility. While no control system disruptions were reported, U.S. officials believe these attacks could be a strategy to impede U.S. support for Taiwan in a potential conflict. This follows the Volt Typhoon cyber campaign, highlighting a shift in Chinese cyber efforts from espionage to potentially disruptive actions against critical infrastructure in the U.S. In other news, top U.S. and Canadian cybersecurity officials are emphasizing the need for robust security in AI systems development to prevent misuse of sabotage. Jen Easterly, CISA director, highlights the potential weaponization of AI if not securely developed. The Canadian Centre for Cybersecurity has joined global efforts, including CISA and Britain's NCSC, in creating guidelines for secure AI development. These guidelines aim to ensure AI innovations are developed, deployed, and operated securely amidst rising concerns over AI system vulnerabilities and potential abuses. Viewers can download these guidelines at the following website. In other news, Norton Healthcare, a significant health provider in Kentucky, has disclosed a data breach affecting around 2.5 million individuals following a ransomware attack in May of this year. The breach exposed sensitive information including Social Security numbers, health and insurance details, and possible financial data. Norton Healthcare, Louisville's second largest employer, has offered free credit protection services to those affected. The incident, reportedly claimed by the Black Cat ALPV ransomware gang, highlights the increasing cybersecurity threats faced by healthcare institutions in the U.S. Those are some of the top stories making headlines today in the cybersecurity industry. We're going to take a brief break, and when we return, we'll be with our guest, Mr. Michael Smith, to talk about the role of the Northern Virginia chapter of the Information Systems Security Association, also known as ISSA-NOVA, in the cybersecurity field. Stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented, mostly by making changes in your diet, controlling your weight, and of course, by not smoking. Visit prevent50.org and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, and more.
Welcome back to Cybersecurity Today. Our next segment features a notable figure in the cybersecurity domain, Mr. Michael D. Smith. As the president of the Northern Virginia chapter of the Information System Security Association, sometimes known as ISSA-NOVA, he brings over 30 years of IT and cybersecurity experience to that role. His impressive career includes previous leadership positions within ISSA-NOVA and pivotal roles at Battelle Memorial Institute and the Department of Homeland Security. Notably, his tenure as a retired U.S. Army colonel commanding the Army Reserve Operations Group and his significant contributions at the Army Cyber Institute at West Point exemplify his extensive experience. Michael's background and leadership significantly influences ISSA-NOVA's role in shaping the cybersecurity landscape, particularly in the DC and Northern Virginia areas. Today, he joins us to share his perspectives on the evolving cybersecurity landscape and the critical role of ISSA-NOVA in fostering a community of professionals dedicated to protecting and defending information systems. Michael, welcome to the show.
Well, Jim, thank you for the kind introduction, and ready to answer some questions about ISSA-NOVA.
Awesome. Well, we're so glad that you're here. I thought maybe what you might be able to do for us first off is to talk a little bit about the history and the founding of ISSA-NOVA. Can you spend a minute or two talking about that?
Oh, yes. ISSA-NOVA was founded in August of 2002. That's when it was chartered, and it was founded by dedicated cybersecurity professionals to advance the professional career and to provide professional training, education, career networking, and opportunities. ISSA-NOVA is Northern Virginia's most popular cybersecurity professional association. And our organization is an association of cybersecurity professionals. Our members live and work in the fastest growing technology corridors in the nation. We are member focused as an organization.
Understood. Can you talk a little bit about how the the mission has evolved over time? Is it the same as it's always been, or does it continue to evolve?
It continues to evolve as the technology evolves, and we've seen in our lifetime a tremendous acceleration of technology and capabilities, and the cybersecurity associated with that is vital. It's vital to protecting our privacy, our financial resources, and our nation's defense.
Understood. Let's talk now a little bit about your role at ISSA-NOVA. You're the president, right? I think this is either your second or your third year as being the president. Can you talk a little bit about the roles and responsibilities of what you're doing as it relates to the chapter?
Yes, my primary role as the president of ISSA-NOVA is to serve as the leader of the organization. And I facilitate the activities of the chapter through our executive board. These activities include the conduct of our chapter operations, meetings, educational programs, community outreach, specifically geared towards cybersecurity, and a liaison with the ISSA International Board leadership and operations personnel. It also includes social functions.
Got it. Nice. I know that ISSA is a membership organization. Can you talk a little bit about what that membership entails, and who is the typical kind of target audience of the chapter itself? Is it young? Is it old? Is it somewhere in between? Is it all?
So it is a membership organization, and it's what I would consider a nominal membership fee. And that includes a membership to the international organization, which is not just the United States of America, but around the globe. And it includes membership to our chapter events and the ability to network, et cetera. In terms of our membership, we have a lot of experienced senior folks who are there and provide mentorship and guidance. And we have a lot of either emerging cybersecurity professionals or mid-career. And we're looking to grow those emerging cybersecurity professionals and mid-career folks. So the invitation's there for you to come out and join us.
Got it. I'm curious, can we talk now about how the chapter tries to engage the wider community and really try to promote cybersecurity awareness? Any thoughts on how the chapter conducts outreach or try to build kind of just general awareness around cyber?
Well, we conduct outreach through several facets. One is working with fellow organizations. So we work with the DC and Central Maryland, think Baltimore and the Fort Meade community. And we host events such as the Mid-Atlantic Summit. And we also work with ISSA-NOVA, the Greater Washington, DC chapter, and other like-minded cybersecurity organizations. We host professional education and membership meetings, and that's how we engage with the community. We've also done events and mentoring at various cyber organizations at the community level.
Understood. Are there any particular types of projects or initiatives that the chapter is currently either working on or thinking about working on or planning on working on at some point in the foreseeable future?
I think one of our major initiatives that we're most proud of, and it precedes me as my term as president of the organization, is the Ed Hetzko and Lori McClellan Scholarship. That's a scholarship that we have laid the endowment for and continue to work with George Mason University. It's a scholarship at George Mason University, which is really, really pertinent to Northern Virginia.
Absolutely.
And this year's recipient, Stephanie V., is a lifelong Northern Virginia resident and a graduate student pursuing her Master of Science in Applied Information Technology Cybersecurity at GMU's College of Engineering and Computing. So that's one of the ways we give back and we're engaged. Every year there's a scholarship. So not only are you a part of an organization that builds your professional development, but you're also contributing to the future of our nation's cybersecurity.
So how does that fit in with the mission of ISSA-NOVA? It sounds like it's probably pretty complementary. Is that
yes.
a fair statement?
Yes, it's very complementary, and our mission that we emphasize is educating the next generation of cybersecurity leaders and practitioners, and that is an ideal fit. Understood.
How about like challenges? What kind of challenges and maybe even opportunities do you envision that the ISSA-NOVA chapter faces today? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges we faced, and the previous president really took this on, we recognized him last night for his 3 years of service, and that was Bud Roth, and that was COVID. COVID-19 was a big paradigm change in this nation. And the fact that a large portion of the workforce, especially in the DC metro region, is working remotely, we met that by taking a look at how an organization like us, it's very important for us to meet in person. It's vital to information exchange and networking. However, many people felt uncomfortable to attend in person. And so, the opportunity that this provided us was to go to a hybrid format. So we've been doing hybrid meetings for 2 years, and it wasn't easy at first. We're not, audiovisual professionals, but we took that challenge and using some of the common tools out there that everybody uses in their workplace, we're able to host in-person and also online meetings at the same time.
Understood. Let's now talk a little bit about educational programs. You talked earlier about the scholarship, which is obviously it sounds like a very impactful opportunity for recipients. How about for members? Does the chapter engage in any kind of training programs, any kind of educational activities that you could talk about that you might say, hey, that sounds interesting, I'd like to get involved in that?
Yes, Jim. Most importantly, in addition to the multiple educational programs that we offer a CISSP study group. That's a Certified Information Systems Security Professional examination. And this study group offers a way to prepare and successfully pass the rigorous CISSP exam. And myself, that's what brought me to the chapter over 2 decades ago. I was able to participate in the study group and successfully pass the rigorous exam on the first try. The study group allows you to study for the exam with the help of experienced cybersecurity professionals and CISSP certification holders. Participants earn 3 continuing education professional credits per session, and the study group is offered in the fall and the spring, consisting of 13 in-person classes. Each class is 1 week long and runs from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. Dinner is served at 6 p.m. and class starts at 6:30 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. The course is offered at a discounted price to members and in general, and includes meals, soda, water, a digital copy of the materials, facility, and parking. Students are responsible for obtaining the textbook, the CISSP All-in-One Exam Guide, 9th edition, and they can either obtain that from the local library or purchase one. It's their choice.
So talk to me for a moment about how that certification fits into the kind of professional development. Maybe our viewers haven't heard of it. Maybe you could, for a moment, just speak a little bit about the value of the CISSP certification.
The CISSP certification is considered a mark of professional excellence. Just as you have your medical professionals have their certifications and your legal professionals have theirs, for cybersecurity practitioners, the CISSP is the key certification. It's more of a managerial approach in terms of you have to be knowledgeable in the 8 common body knowledge areas, and it's an ISC squared exam. So it's offered, and it's an international exam.
Understood, understood. Let's now shift a little bit and talk about threat-related considerations. You sit atop an organization that, for all intents and purposes, represents a whole diversified group of cybersecurity professionals. What kind of trends from a cyber perspective are you seeing start to develop, or have you been paying attention to, that our viewers might be interested in learning about? Any thoughts on that?
Well, as we talk about the various areas that we provide programming and at our monthly meetings, and they can be referenced on our website. These emerging trends that are important that we'll be covering are automated security processes, artificial intelligence, quantum computing and encryption, blockchain technology, the Internet of Things security, biometric authentication, zero trust architecture, very, very big inside the Beltway, and cybersecurity and critical infrastructure, and something that's very important to me in my daily practice, which is cyber physical systems and cybersecurity associated with those.
Understood, understood. That's a pretty big laundry list of areas, and I assume you get a lot of opportunity to showcase with different SMEs that come in and talk about that. Can we now talk a little bit about collaboration? I know that ISSA-NOVA does work with other organizations, other ISSA chapters, ISSA International. Can you give me some examples of, you mentioned something about a community event with other ISSA chapters. Does it stick within ISSA, or do you work with other organizations as well?
Well, we partner with organizations such as the Northern Virginia Community College, and we have offered internships, and we've had a number of very successful interns who have been able to advance their career, gaining valuable experience and mentorship. And we also work with George Mason University students. We have faculty members who are members of our board, and we've had them attend the meetings and been extremely enthusiastic and really enjoyed their company. ISSA Central Maryland and DC chapters have teamed with us to conduct a Mid-Atlantic Cybersecurity Summit on a quarterly basis in the past. And we've worked with the Greater Washington ISACA chapter as well, and we hosted a summer social with them this year. We work very closely also with Marymount University, and have included their students in our programming as well.
So there's a lot of touch points then within the industry, not just within ISSA, but both academically, corporate, and then ultimately other nonprofit organizations. That's great. That's powerful. Can we talk for a moment about I know you just got reelected, which is cool for the ISSA-NOVA as the president. When you look into your crystal ball and you try to project into the future, what is your vision for ISSA-NOVA moving forward? Is it kind of business as usual, or do you have some ideas in terms of where you would like to see things kind of head in terms of the chapter?
We're definitely going to continue and accelerate and build on our progress that we've made. We came out of COVID strong. We had, as I stated, figure out how to do the hybrid meeting thing, which we accomplished. And we've had a lot of tremendous speakers. I'm talking about the very, very top industry leaders. Everybody from the previous head of cybersecurity, what is now ISSA, We've had the chief advisor for cyber to the Secretary of the United States Navy. We've had speakers from NIST in terms of their key security publications and the standards and how they're evolving. And also everything from Dr. Gary McGraw. He's established the Berryville Institute for Machine Learning, right? How do we secure AI and ML? Well, we've had one of the very leaders in that field who had a very distinguished career in software security before that and in academia. So our mission is to educate the future generation, the next generation of cybersecurity leaders and practitioners. In particular, mentoring emerging cybersecurity and mid-career cybersecurity professionals. And so as we look at the year 2024, our programming will incorporate those emerging topics. Those are topics that are very, very important to your career. But more importantly, our outreach and our open arms and our open embrace of bringing in these young emerging cybersecurity professionals and mid-year career professionals, that's going to be our emphasis, and that's what we're going to do. And we're looking for, it's a great opportunity for those folks to come and become involved, to gain experience in a non-threatening environment, in an environment that allows them to take risks, to learn, to make mistakes, to improve their career, and to really find out what area of cybersecurity, because it's so broad, as I mentioned, the 8 common body of knowledge areas, fits best for them. Are you a policy person? Are you an access control? Are you involved in automation, perhaps of, detection, security tools? Are you focused on the cloud? Are you focused on software development, database security, network security? It's all out there. It's a broad field. It's a field that you can get involved in that can be very rewarding, not only financially, but also knowing that you're making a significant impact for your community, for your organization that you work for, and for our nation.
So that then begs the question, beyond obviously getting involved with ISSA-NOVA, what other kind of guidance do you give up-and-coming individuals that are interested in cybersecurity and are maybe thinking about a career in cyber? Assuming you had, let's say, a young son or a young daughter that said, "Hey, Dad, I was thinking about doing X, Y, or Z. How would I go about it?" Any guidance on what you would tell that younger generation?
Well, I have younger daughters, right? They're all of post-college age now. One is finishing up. And what I would tell them is as follows, right? It's not just about cybersecurity. You get out of life what you put into it. And it's about leadership. And I talk about 6 C's of leadership, coming from a military background. And those are character and competence, most importantly, character, commitment, courage, candor, and compassion. You can also throw in, if you like, confidence and creativity, but you have to have those 6 C's of leadership. You have to have high standards for yourself and for the people you lead. And, as a retired Army officer, I like to point back to our non-commissioned officers, right? They're the backbone of our U.S. Army and our military. And I say, their saying is be, know, do. And that's very important. That's the lessons that I would, kind of pass down. And you got to look at your career, and as I say, look at the various areas, explore, and see what works best for you. If you're passionate about something in life, you'll be very successful, and you'll have a rewarding career, and you'll be happy.
Understood. Last question for you. How can viewers of the show learn about ISSA-NOVA? Website, email? What's the best way to contact the organization or to learn more about the organization?
Well, first of all, our website, www.issa-nova.org. Once again, www.issa-nova.org. Or reach out to our Vice President of Membership, Brian Knack, and he can be reached via membership@issa-nova.org. That's membership@issa-nova.org. And I know you're going to probably ask me, how can viewers contact me? Well, feel free to reach out, and I can be reached out at president@issa-nova.org.
Awesome. Thank you. Michael, we are out of time. Thanks for coming in and sharing your knowledge and your expertise in this particular space. Guys and gals, so that's going to do it for today's episode. We again want to thank our guest, Mr. Michael Smith, for coming in and talking to us about the role of ISSA-NOVA in the cybersecurity industry. We hope that you found the information in today's show interesting and that you learned something new about cybersecurity. If you'd like to learn more about cybersecurity today and keep tabs on upcoming episodes, please check out our show's website at www.cybersecuritytoday.org. You can also reach out to us with questions at our email, which is contact@cybersecuritytoday.org. We look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast. Thanks a lot for joining us. Stay safe and stay informed.